The UFO files are being released. 162 files opened first. More are coming. And most people think the question is, what will the government reveal? But that is not the question that bothered me. The question is, why does the public already know how to interpret it before the files open? Radio taught you to fear it. Presidents taught you to expect it. Hollywood taught you to worship it. And now the government is giving it a name, non-human intelligence. But if that name is just a modern mask for something ancient, then disclosure is not just revealing the file. It is setting the frame. And that is where this case gets uncomfortable. The frame job. October 30th, 1938. Orson Welles broadcast War of the Worlds across the CBS network.
Calling someone or something. I can see staring out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body. Now it's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but its face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate. And the monster, or whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, this is terrific. This end of the thing is beginning to flake off. The top is beginning to rotate like a screw, and the thing must be hollow. Most extraordinary experience, ladies and gentlemen. I can't find words. Well, I'll pull this microphone with me as I talk. I'll have to stop the description until I can take a new position. Hold on, will you please? I'll be right back in a minute.
Thousands believed a genuine alien invasion was underway. Police switchboards overwhelmed. People fled their homes. The broadcast was fiction. The reaction was real. And what I noted was this: the public did not need to see the phenomenon. They only needed to be told what it was and how to feel about it. That was 1938, 9 years before Roswell. Then came the presidents, not all at once, gradually, going further back than most people look. Franklin D. Roosevelt received written briefings during World War II, describing recovered aerial objects of unknown origin. The documents exist. Their full authenticity remains debated, but the paper trail is there. John F. Kennedy referenced classified programs that even he struggled to access. Then came this moment. Reagan said it twice in public speeches, standing before the United Nations.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Clinton looked for the files.
It makes it increasingly less likely that we're alone.
Oh, you're trying to give me a hint that there are aliens.
Acknowledged it on camera. Obama confirmed there are things he cannot discuss.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51.
And then came the moment the others had been circling for decades. Each administration moved the line a little further.
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know,
No aliens are real.
well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. No, I don't have an opinion on it.
Each disclosure a little less deniable. Columbus filed it from a ship. Roosevelt received briefings about it. Reagan warned the United Nations about it. And now it has a congressional record. By the time the public saw the phenomenon, the interpretation was already waiting for them. Then there is the religious archive, the one most people whisper about before they say it out loud. The Vatican. For decades, people have wondered what Rome knows about the skies. Some of that is speculation. Some of it is noise. But the question itself matters, because if disclosure becomes spiritual, the world will not only look to governments, it will look to religious institutions. And Rome has spent centuries keeping files the public never gets to read. I am not saying the answer is in the Vatican. I am saying the world already suspects someone there has a folder. And in this case, suspicion is part of the evidence trail. Then came the films and the shows. The day the Earth stood still. Close Encounters. E.T. Even Walton got a flick. Not bad. Then the rabbit hole. Every season of Ancient Aliens. All of X-Files. Every episode. I'm a big fan of Mulder. Great investigator. Doctor Who. Spielberg even made a whole series called Taken, 3 Families, 50 Years of Abductions. Same pattern. Interesting thing about Spielberg. His own scientific consultant on Close Encounters, Jacques Vallée, spent 30 years investigating this subject. His conclusion was not extraterrestrial visitation. He called the phenomenon a control system. His word, not mine. Great films, great television. None of them tell the whole story. They were never meant to. Hollywood entertains. It doesn't investigate. The mask kept changing. The message underneath it didn't. John Keel called them ultra-terrestrials, not visitors from distant stars. Something that had always been here. Something that swapped masks to match whatever the culture was prepared to accept.
Well, we don't necessarily have daily occurrences, but in recent years, the UFO phenomenon has been very common around the world. Right now, it's going on in Argentina. And while a lot of people think they have an explanation for it, actually, we're just beginning to find out what's really going on with the UFO phenomenon.
UFOs are pretty much, I would guess, if we asked the audience, we'd probably find over half of them said, yeah, they have reason to believe there's something going on out there, I think.
At least 10% of them have probably seen one themselves.
Has anybody here ever seen one of these things? People applaud if you've seen one. And how many of you think there may be something visiting us?
Medieval period. Angels and fallen ones. Atomic age. Spacecraft. Information age. Non-human intelligence. The mask changes. The behavior beneath it doesn't. The unaccounted portion of encounter reports delivers a remarkably consistent message across 3,000 years of documented contact. The Bible is close, but incomplete. You were seeded by us. God is not what you think. Same memo, different century. You do not have to believe the witnesses to notice the repetition. A good investigator asks why the intelligence keeps sending it, especially when that memo aligns with what Ephesians 6:12 already describes. Principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, spiritual forces operating in heavenly places. I want to be precise here. I am not building doctrine from encounter reports. I am comparing the behavior of these claims against categories Scripture already provide. Paul wasn't writing poetry. He was describing an infrastructure. And the more I cross-referenced it, the harder it became to dismiss. Then I found a thread I didn't expect. The method of communication. Across the abduction and contact literature, witnesses consistently report the same detail. The beings do not speak. They communicate telepathically, directly into the mind. No language, no sound. The UFO community has documented this across hundreds of encounter accounts. Now, cross-reference the near-death experience database. Thousands of clinically documented accounts. People declared dead who returned. The communication method reported is identical. Telepathic, direct transmission, mind to mind, same channel, different doorway. Dr. Stephen Greer is a former trauma physician and creator of the documentary Unacknowledged, one of the most widely viewed UFO disclosure films of the last decade. He developed a contact protocol built around one central premise: that directed human consciousness can initiate telepathic communication with this intelligence. No technology required. Thought as the signal. I am not endorsing the method. I am logging what it implies, that this intelligence communicates and possibly operates on a frequency accessible to the human mind directly. And Ephesians 2:2 describes a specific adversary as the prince of the power of the air. Not the ground, not the sea, the air. The unseen layer between the physical and whatever operates above it. Then telepathic contact as a carrier wave makes a different kind of sense. Not technological, spiritual. Scripture gave that category a name long before the contact reports began filing it. One more note while this file is open. Modern physics has reopened conversations about dimensions humanity cannot directly perceive. The ancient world already had language for unseen realms. Something in the ancient record warned about what lives on the other side of those boundaries. I am filing that. Thousands of documented near-death accounts describe hostile environments, non-human beings, paralysis, fear, complete loss of agency. The behavioral profile overlaps the abduction database almost exactly. Same creatures, different doorway, same telepathic communication, same loss of agency. I logged it. Dr. John Mack saw the same pattern from the clinical side. Harvard Medical School, Pulitzer Prize, a psychiatrist studying psychologically healthy people, reporting impossible encounters. Harvard investigated him. Not the phenomenon. Him.
But I don't want to be put in the position of claiming more for this than it deserves. In other words, I think it is provocative, it's important in the sense that it makes us think. There's something occurring which I don't think can be accounted for in simple ways with dreams or fantasy or cultural delusion or something like that. But I don't know what it is.
In 2004, he was struck and killed by a drunk driver in London. Correlation is not causation. I know that. But patterns are still patterns. So here is where the file stands. The government is releasing documents. Hollywood already wrote the language. Presidents already softened the room. The Vatican is already in the rumor chain, and the witnesses keep reporting the same impossible details, same message, same method, same mask, different name. If that is coincidence, it is a very organized one. But there is one detail this file still has not touched. One name that shows up in the most hostile reports and changes the encounter. Not explains it. Changes it. That folder is next. If this case is worth keeping open, hit like. It helps the algorithm find the other investigators. Subscribe before the next folder goes missing. And if you caught a pattern I missed, leave it in the comments. Good investigators compare notes. Gospel Noir. The file doesn't close clean.